Revo, just how important was a game like tonight in response to the Vegas game?
Yeah, I mean, every game's important right now down this back stretch, but yeah, getting back after those last three for sure, and that last one especially. This was wasn't going to be an easy game to play. Flying this morning, having 3 days off, I thought we responded really well. I played in structure. Didn't give up a ton, and came with the win.
What's that challenge, having to fly in for a game today? I know there are a couple guys here like Macklin and Iorio, but for most of you guys had to fly up. So what's that challenge like?
I mean, the 6 a.m. wake up isn't easy, and you're just not used to it. You're not, you don't ever fly on a morning of a game day, land, get onto the ice. It's just different. It's not normal routine, but I thought we handled it well.
Start especially for you and for the team to get off early.
Yeah, I think it was important. Everybody just kind of play very simple at the beginning and get off to a good start. You don't want those ones to slip early. You got to get your legs into it and not take unnecessary risks.
And for all the focus on Macklin and the top line, everybody kind of like 6 different guys scored tonight. What does that sort of say about the group and the depth of this team right now?
I mean, you need that to be a playoff team. You can't rely on one superstar. It just doesn't work like that. So we need that depth scoring. We got to take some pressure off him.
They pushed back as the game went on, but every time they did, it felt like you guys had an answer. Is that you see that maturity in this group as this year's gone on?
Yeah, I think as the season's gone on, that's been a strong point for us, is not getting too rattled when other teams push. Obviously there's been games where that hasn't happened, but for the most part, I think we've done a good job with that.
Joining the Sharks, obviously there's that focus on Macklin, Will Smith, guys like that. But what have you seen from Colin Graff in your time here?
I mean, he's been playing unbelievable in all 3 zones. He's very key for us in the defensive zone on the penalty kill. He's putting points up. Again, that's a guy who you need to be going and take some pressure off of those big dogs. But he's been playing unbelievable.
And speaking of your goal and the way that your line played tonight, Warzo has talked about how your line especially, plays the right way, sets the tone for everybody. Just how proud are you of that?
Yeah, I mean that's our job. We don't play a lot of minutes, so when we get the opportunity to especially chip in, we gotta bury them, and but we gotta play the right way. We gotta lead the charge in that way, and play physical, not be hemmed in our defensive zone and lose momentum. But especially on the road, if we're gonna get matchups against other teams' top lines or second lines, we gotta make sure we win those.
In a game like tonight, does this feel like the kind of team, the kind of game that you guys can be?
Yeah, I thought that was a great game, but we gotta string those type of games together. We can't go into Anaheim in 2 days and just all of a sudden get out of structure because we did it once. It's got to be night in, night out.